welcome to Trending with Miss Trey. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with me about your film. I'm excited to hear about what you have going on. I want to welcome Rachael DeCruz and Jeremy Levine to the Trending with Miss Trey show. Tell me a little bit about yourself before we jump right into your film.
Sure. You want to start?
Sure. So this is actually the first film I've ever made. Kind of my background has been in racial justice organizing work and communications work. So storytelling has always been a big part of what I've done. And it's been a total joy and pleasure to get to work with Jeremy on this film, and in particular to get to work with Ms. Dorothy and Ms. Jackson and just all of the incredible people in Panola, Alabama.
And I have been making films for much longer, but first film that's at Sundance, so not all of us can just strut in and make their first film and get it at Sundance. But yeah, I've made a few features. My last film was a film called For Akeem. My films deal with issues of race and trauma and kind of unresolved legacy in a country that is hesitant to talk about its past. And I also teach at Suffolk University, so that's the real.
That's exciting. Well, y'all sound extremely busy. I want to first, like I say, congratulate you on presenting at Sundance. That is huge, and like you say, for your first film, that is nothing that you can just like say, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be at Sundance. So that already, sets the tone of where the film is going. So that's wonderful. That's exciting. Congratulations. Many more festivals will be coming your way. I'm claiming it. I'm manifesting it. I'm saying it.
Thank you.
Let's just jump.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we just made this film for the love of it, with zero expectations. It was just the two of us doing it. We had no budget. We had no kind of support. We were really lucky the New Yorker came in at the end, but for a long time it was just the two of us, and it felt like something we had to do and that we wanted to do, and it was a joy to work on. But yeah, to have premiered at Sundance is wild.
I'm still pinching myself.
So let's talk about the Pinoy Project. First of all, how did you know about this area? When did you know about this area? I'm a Southern woman, and I had no clue about this area. I'm probably a couple states, couple hours over, and I'm never heard of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we were living in Tuscaloosa, Alabama at the time, and both of us, Jeremy was teaching at the university down there. I was kind of working remotely for a job based in New York, and both of us were feeling pretty depressed, right? It was like the vaccine had come out, and we weren't seeing people in Alabama taking it at the rate that we would have liked to have seen. And we were just feeling, we were wanting to find a story of hope and wanting to find something that could help inspire us and help remind us what's possible when people really kind of come together to push back against, a huge force like a pandemic. And so we actually read about Miss Dorothy in the paper. We tried to give her a call at her general store, and of course the number didn't work. So we were like, let's drive to Panola. And it was about an hour and a half or so from Tuscaloosa. It's a very small town, as you saw in the film, kind of on the border of Alabama and Mississippi. And we went into Dorothy's general store, and she was just loving and incredible from that very first conversation. And we knew pretty quickly after we met with her that we had a story there. And if she was willing to kind of partner with us to get it out into the world, we knew we wanted to do everything we could to do that.
Well, I must say, I love Miss Dorothy. And the reason I say I do, because I can relate to her. I feel like she's that auntie that, called your phone, say, did you get your vaccine? Are you washing your hands? Did you put on your mask? Are you staying out the club and sitting out the street? So I definitely felt like Miss Dorothy was someone that you definitely could relate to, and understand the importance of the vaccine and understand the importance of this pandemic that we're still living in. That we were hoping a year ago that we'd be okay. We're on the other side of it. Then we come with all these other variants. That's another whole story. And it's just, you know, like for you to be able to go and connect with her and to make this film and bridge the gap of, you know, that small town, because like I say, I'm just a couple states over, and I have never heard of it. And so for you to be able to connect those dots and also spotlight that town, that was a huge, you know, opportunity, as well as having Commissioner Jackson, you know, be a part of that as well, to actually highlight that there are people in this town that need assistance, and they shouldn't be overlooked. So I love the message of that, because, you know, sometimes when you are in the South and in a small city or a town, you people don't know about you, don't know where you're at, and don't know you need help.
Yeah, you know, I think it was really, we made this film as kind of wanting to give something back and show the world this kind of amazing work that's being done by Dorothy and Miss Jackson, and celebrate that with them. And it's been amazing, the response that she's gotten from the film, that the film's gotten. But obviously, right, like this is something, you know, Dorothy's one of a kind, don't get me wrong, but like there are thousands of Dorothys across the country doing this work with no recognition. And so our hope is that this film can also kind of serve as a way of celebrating kind of all of the Dorothys across the country. And you know, it's amazing what Dorothy is doing. It's amazing what Miss Jackson is doing. And at the same time, it's like pretty frustrating that they have to go to such odds to be able to do something as simple as get access to a vaccine. And it really speaks to the ways that rural communities, and especially rural Black communities, have been left behind. And it falls on, you know, a lot of often Black women to kind of step in and pick up the pieces. And so they should be commended for it. And at the same time, it's like, we gotta do better as a country. And, you know, so that it's not all falling on Miss Dorothy's shoulders here.
Yes, and can you talk about how she received the Humankind Award from USA Today?
Yeah, so that was just USA Today, I think, just reached. They did an article with Miss Dorothy, fell in love with her story, like so many people across the country, right? We all love Miss Dorothy. She's so special. But so they just kind of offered to, you know, it was a voting process, actually. Now, sorry, I'm like a little all over the place. But yeah, so basically she was nominated, and then there was kind of a multi-month window where people were able to vote for their top choice candidate. And we didn't know what was going to happen when we were watching the award show. We were all delighted that she won. Actually, I was so excited that I turned off the TV and I missed the fact that Dr. Fauci gave her a personal shout out and He gave a very beautiful speech kind of commending her for her work. I didn't find out about that until later when Dorothy told us, because she had kind of kept watching afterwards.
Yeah, we were just celebrating and running around.
Yeah.
That's truly amazing. That's truly amazing. So since the film has picked up wave at Sundance, and I'm manifesting other festivals, what are you? Have you been back to Panola? Have you visited and see how things are going since the film has aired?
Yeah, our first screening was in Panola. They've got a community center there. That's kind of where they were setting up that vaccine pop-up clinic. That was kind of the big park that was part of the community center. And so yeah, we had an amazing event. LaDenzel, who's in the film, who Dorothy strong arms into signing up to get the shot, made some amazing ribs. It was a really special moment to be able to share it within Panola before it kind of came out into the world.
So tell me, did you get some ribs? Because those ribs looked amazing.
They were even better than I thought they would be. They were so good, so tender, so delicious. He's a great cook.
Okay, so like I said, it's all over. What should we expect next from the film, and what do you have coming up that we should be staying tuned to?
Yeah, So we are continuing to kind of try to get the film out in as many ways that we can. So we are applying to additional festivals. We also recently solidified a partnership with Oxfam. So we'll be developing an impact campaign around the film to really help amplify the work of Dorothy, while also simultaneously pushing for some policy change that would support rural communities that have been underinvested in. So we're really excited about what's to come on that front. And then do you want to talk about our upcoming project?
Yeah, well, just right before we do that, I just have to do a little plug. We think that we've been thrilled with how much Dorothy's been celebrated. We want even more. We want the White House to be recognizing her and imagining what that would do for inspiring so many others. So if you love Dorothy as much as we love Dorothy, we've got a little petition it's bit.ly/Dormedal. Or you could just search change.org and Dorothy Oliver. I'm sure it would pop up. But yeah, we want Dorothy to be given a presidential medal. We think she deserves it.
That is amazing.
It would be. Yeah, we're working on a new film. We've actually we started on this film. It's just this one's a feature and they take forever. So we're still in early days there, but it's tentatively called 9. It's about this another amazing man named Gerald Hankerson. So a Black 52-year-old community leader. And the story really follows him as he fights to get his former cellmate and father figure out of prison and to pass legislation to help others regain their freedom. So it tackles with some heavy topics like the PANOLA Project is tackling with, a global pandemic and systemic inequality, but just there's kind of beauty and heart and, just joy in the PANOLA Project because of Dorothy. We think what we're really excited about with this film is that it centers around this incredible relationship between these two Black men who met in prison 4 decades ago, and the way that their relationship has pushed them to kind of continue to fight for what's right through so many years. And so yeah, we've got a long ways ahead of us, but we're excited when that
you're definitely busy, as I said, and I definitely love the passion and what you're focused on, because those are things that need to be talked about. They're uncomfortable. They may not want to talk about it, but those are things that we have to talk about as a community and make change. So I commend you for even, taking on that task to bring it to the forefront.
Well, thank you. And I also want to reiterate, hopefully you see the PANOLA Project. It doesn't, sometimes documentaries can feel like eating your broccoli, right? Like this is supposed to feel like this is the joyous, for us, it's like a comedy about some really important issues, right? It's a film rooted in love and hope, even though it's kind of dealing with these tough things.
Definitely. So I definitely want to say thank you so much for coming on Trending with Miss Tre and spending some time with me this evening and sharing your new projects as well as the Pinoy Project. Definitely send me the link for Miss Dorothy, because I have to post it on my social media and on my website. I mean, duh. So definitely send me the information and I'll share it out to my social platform and make sure that we get the word out about the film as well as Miss Dorothy, because you deserve it and it was a phenomenal film. So I wish to see it in many more festivals that I will cover in the near future, in the near few weeks. And just a shameless plug, ABFF, American Black Film Festival, is in June. So look out for that one and see if you can, tap into that one as well. So that is a really dope film festival that has nothing but support from us. So I definitely want to say thank you and I appreciate it. Before we go, can you go ahead and share your social medias and how people can see the film outside of me having the exclusives?
It's actually not so secret. It's up on the New Yorker too. So I'm sorry, you've got the better version. We got the new Sundance version. So yeah, it's up on the New Yorker. You can find it there. You want to do our socials?
Sure. You can find us on Twitter at Jeremy S. Levine and at @HeyReggie_D. You can find us on Instagram at Jeremy S. Levine and at HeyReggie.
Let's go to the Panola stuff too. That will be here all night.
Okay, great.
We're at the Panola Project, and you can also do #Panola Project. We're tracking those.
And # Dorothy Oliver. Because we all love Dorothy.
Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Thank you. We appreciate it.